Hans, tell us who you are, what you're doing, when you started.
Okay. Well, my name is Reverend Hans Myors. Right now, I'm based out of Shreveport, Louisiana. I have a ministry called Pedal Prayers, and I've been doing ministry on bicycle now for almost 21 years now. I started back in '93 in Portland, Oregon.
Okay. And what brings you to Columbus, Georgia, and First Presbyterian today?
I wanted to visit my good friend, Pastor Hastings. Wanted to see if he's still around. I'm just coming through Columbus on the way back to Americus, Georgia, where I used to live, and then I go to Savannah, Georgia, and then up the coast to New York City.
How in the world did you ever get started in such an adventure?
The Lord called me out back in '93. I had done bicycle touring off and on since '86, and I did a trip in '92, and I went down to Portland, Oregon to do some social work with Catholic Social Services. In the middle of February, I had a dream of myself being on the road. And that same dream happened 4 nights in a row, and the last night I heard the word go, and 4 days later, the 19th of February, I was heading on my bike down the coast to California.
Wow.
Right now I've been across 16 times across America, and right now it's getting close to 231,000 miles.
Wow.
My partner Alice here have been together since 2007, and we have almost 63,000 miles. So far this year we've traveled a little over 2,000 miles right now. We're 2,100 miles right now.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. And so, what's the most that you've traveled in one day?
Most I've gone is 150 miles, but this year I've gone about a couple weeks ago in western Mississippi. I did 104 miles in one day.
Wow. And tell us a little bit more about the ministry aspect of this call that God has placed on you.
Well, basically, it's to share God's love around the country. A praying ministry. I tell everybody that with every revolution to bring us up to heaven. Right now, that's almost 1,170,000,000 prayers. I help out roadside counseling. I help out after natural disasters via hurricanes, floods, tornadoes. I was in New Jersey after Sandy last year. I went to more Oklahoma, so we're going to help out after the tornado. I help churches set up compassion ministries. I have done work with Habitat for Humanity, the Florida Center for Housing. I basically just speak where I can. I spoke at 60 churches. Last year, so far 13 churches around the country. My last church was the First Baptist Church in Sylacauga, Alabama, Sunday afternoon. Alexander City, Sunday afternoon. I also did the First Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Baptist Church in Sylacauga, Sunday morning. It's kind of hard and everything blends up.
Right, right.
I'm out here on faith. Basically, I have sometimes occasional, I get what I call green handshakes, or I find loose change line straw that I call that road manna. I picked up nearly $1 so far today.
Wow.
A road manna. Sometimes I get a love offering for church and honor him, or sometimes even give me an online donation off my website, pedalprayers.org.
Pedalprayers.org.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You mentioned to me that you're a completed Jew. Can you tell me about your faith journey and your conversion experience?
Well, my completion experience.
Completion
experience. Yeah, I'm originally from Bavaria. I was born outside of Bad Tölz. My parents were Holocaust survivors. I was of 4 children. My parents didn't go through the camp. They got rescued, but they got hit by the underground. So the only person to survive the camp was my my grandmother. We lived outside of Bad Tölz until I was 14 years old. We moved up to Munich area. So I needed some major surgery on my ear, also to go to a special high school because I was going to be the first one to go. I was on track to go to university. I had come over in 73, 74 as a high school exchange student up in Ohio, and I sort of got exposed to Christianity, but not really proselytized. Hanukkah 75, I had moved out of my family home to Limby Village while I went to university, and I decided I needed to check out the New Testament. So during Hanukkah, I started reading it. I don't know whether I got through them all. I became a completed Jew. I accepted, Jesus Christ. I'm a I call myself a Yehudi Meshahem, which is Hebrew for a Jewish believer in the Messiah. And I went home for Passover next year, and I got banished. My parents disowned me. They even had gone as far as having a funeral with a tombstone placed in the cemetery with my name on it. Wow. So I've had no contact now with my family for over 38 years. I was almost 20 when that happened. Wow. I came to America in '79 and I became a citizen in '84.
Wow. And tell me again, your origin, country of origin is?
Is Germany.
Is Germany. Okay. Wow. Well, it's thrilling to see you again back here at First Presbyterian.
It has to have been at least seven or 8 years
My
ago
goodness.
since my last visit.
Wow. Well, next time that you're coming back through this part of the country, I would love for you to give us advanced warning.
Okay.
And let's see if we can set up a speaking engagement for you at First Presbyterian.
Fine. I'm very open to that.
That's great. That is great. All right. Anything else that you want to share?
Well, as I said, I'm really just trying to, my two things is getting people to become doers of the faith, not just talkers. Like James 2 says, faith without works is dead. And I'm trying to get churches and people to think about compassion to fellow man from Matthew 25, which you've done to least of them, you've done it upon me. But I can't tell you how many people are just talkers, have it in here, have it up here, don't have it in here.
Right.
And I'm sorry to say I'm seeing a lot of ministers out here. And hopefully I'm grateful to know for what I've heard about this church is a very compassionate church, so I'm very happy to hear that.
Well, they're good people. They're good people here, and we're trying not only to learn and understand what Jesus said, but to do it.
That's what we need.
Yeah, to be the hands and the feet of Jesus Christ. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, God bless your hands and your feet, and thank you for your ministry and for all your prayers. Please continue to pray for me and pray for us.
I'll surely do that.
And we'll also be praying for you.
Thank you.
Great. So good to see you.
Great seeing you again.